What's happening here? Big Uncle Shredneck. So we're going to start today. This is going to be volume 1 of the Transfer of Training series. All right, now today we're going to discuss the how, and we're not going to go too in depth with this. It's just going to be some basic summary points. Now, when we talk about the transfer of training, this is something that the Soviets and the East Germans spent decades researching. It was really the basis for their sports programs, basics for their strength and conditioning programs, you name it. So the gist of it, main idea of the transfer of training is how does the training that we do, so how do the exercises we do transfer to an increase in sports results? And again, talking about here, this could be any sport, any event, competition, race, you name it. All right, this applies to anything. All right, so just something to keep in mind. If you're a coach, you're a trainer, a teacher, whatever your situation is, or even if you're just doing this, for yourself. All right, we want to choose exercises that have a correlation to the sport that we're doing, meaning we want to see how can we get the effect of the training to transfer into increased results. All right, now I'm not gonna go again. This is stuff that is I would say intermediate to advanced level ideas. This is probably not stuff that you're gonna see everywhere. Again, this is more of an ideology in a sense of how do we take this approach to programming for athletes that we have, clients, whatever, students, or again, yourself. So to give you a quick example, if we have an athlete, for example, right? So let's say we have a hockey player. Let's use a hockey player. All right, we have a hockey player. Now we know that our lower body is a very important part of the skating motion. All right, the skating motion, the technique involves many different muscles of our legs. Most importantly, it involves a lot of glutes, a lot of hamstrings, a lot of quads. All right, so we want to find exercises that are going to transfer over to the skating motion and technique. Now, it has to be understood that you're not going to become, and again, this applies to anything, you're not going to become a better skater in the gym. Just like you're not going to shoot a basketball better by lifting weights. It's going to help you, now listen to this, it's going to help you in performing those movements better because you have a better base of strength, speed, endurance, power, agility, mobility, flexibility, you name it. All right, so that's what we do with training. All right, we figure out how can we get this exercise to transfer over to what we're trying to do in the sport. All right, so give you a brief example. All right, so we have a hockey player, right? Now, because again, we know what muscles need to be used, right? We know what we're looking to do. All right, we want to pick exercises again that have the best value for transferring over. All right, so if we take again this hockey player, we're not going to have them sit on a machine and do leg extensions. All right, now yes, does leg extensions work certain parts of your legs? Yes. Is it something good? Maybe you're a bodybuilder, you're looking to isolate certain muscles of your legs. Yes, it's good for that. For the hockey player who again is looking to build other parts of their legs in addition to building other muscle systems in their body. All right, we're gonna stick with, for example, maybe Bulgarian split squats with dumbbells, and we throw in for good measure, we're going to say, okay, you know what, we're going to do only 4 sets today. We're going to do 4 sets, 3 reps each leg, but on our reps going down, we're going to work on the eccentric portion of the movement. All right, so we're going to start regular Bulgarian squat. We're going to use our dumbbells. We're going to go down slow, pop back up. All right. Now that's going to have, because of really focusing on the eccentric portion of the movement, we're really going to see a huge transfer to our skating technique from doing that, as opposed to doing just regular leg extensions sitting on the machine. All right. Because you got to remember, if you're doing a Bulgarian split squat, you're holding the dumbbells, right? All different parts of your body, even though the focus is on your legs, the different muscles in the legs, we're going to see, we're going to see, for example, holding the weights. We're going to see our grip strength go up, all right? We're going to see our core strength go up because we're trying to balance ourselves going down slow and back up, all right? So again, that's just a quick example, all right? So when you're programming your athletes, programming their programs, all right? We're not talking too much about periodization right now. Again, we're just talking about transfer training, the how, all right? Our next video is going to be about the why and the when, and we'll talk about periodization more when we get into the when and the why, all right? But the how, again, I thought the how was a good way to start. How do we choose exercises that have a direct transfer? Well, the best, think of it like this: the best bang for your buck. What's the best bang for your buck for transferring, the adaptations we get during our training? How could we, pick the best exercises to make that happen? All right. So something to think in mind. Something to keep in mind. All right. Think about it. Okay. Play around with it. You may not, get it overnight. All right. It may be different, too, based on the level of your athletes. All right. Beginner, intermediate, more advanced. All right. This is very important when we get to intermediate and advanced. Beginner, not so much, lower level athletes, we're doing more general stuff. All right. But for our intermediate and our advanced athletes, all right, we really got to think about the how. All right. All right. Later.